Hey everybody, it's Engineering in Heels here with another heel review. So if you're wondering what I'm doing with all of my extra time now that I'm working at home, apparently I'm buying more shoes. So that's good for you guys, more reviews and more things that I can do for you. So thanks to one of my patrons that bought me these. He and I are big Ruthie fans, so we spend a lot of time looking over her catalog, and he sent these to me, so thank you. It's always awesome to get gifts, so I'm always happy about that. Anyway, this is another from the Disney Ruthie Davis collection, so part of her, I guess, Disney Princesses theme, and this is from Mulan, so it is the Warrior, and I think it's actually called the Warrior 5. So the Warrior 5 sandal comes in this really neat box since it's also part of part of the Disney collection. It's got this, I love the black and white. I'll definitely be keeping this box. It has the Mulan logo on it, and it's got a little Mulan like caricature here, so that's really cool as well. And then it came just with a fairly plain but also nice just black and white Disney Ruthie Davis dust bag, so that's always nice to see as well. Definitely was happy to have such a fun box this time, so I wanted to show you guys that. So yeah, the Warrior is just a kind of minimal, like very classic, I think, 3-strap sandal. She added some details to this that I think make it a really cool shoe, so I'll kind of talk you over what I really like about it and a couple things that I was about but actually like more in person. So some of the things that I really like about it is I love the PVC middle strap. I think that's a super cool addition. I think it makes them feel really fresh and really on trend with all the PVC that's been around. And I also think it's really flattering to the foot to kind of have this whole open area here with nothing. So love that PVC strap. I think it's really cool. I also love the strap here on the front of the toes because I think it is just, I like how minimal it is. I like that it's a really skinny strap versus a fatter strap because I think it really shows up the toes and the toe rings and toe cleavage super well. The other thing that I really like about these is this back here. So I have a lot of problems in sandals that come up on my ankles because my skin must be really sensitive and fragile or something, because I'm always getting blisters. And a lot of times it's because the leather here is just way too tough or like way too reinforced and just hits at the wrong point. But I'm happy because her design here actually hits me really well. It flares out a little bit at the top so it's not digging into my like Achilles and ankle here. And it's also soft enough that it's not like, I don't feel like it's armored and pinching me in any way. So I really love that about these as well. Another thing that I like so far, and I've been wearing them around the house on and off today, is the comfort. I'd say they're around 120 millimeters. I'll have to get out and measure and get you the exact measurement, but they've got just a tiny little platform, maybe 10 millimeters or so, that kind of just takes that edge off. So if you're somebody that doesn't do super well in 120s with no platform, you may find these a little bit more comfortable. And they also allow for a lot of spread of the toes don't get squished, which is great. So once again, if you're having problems in things like socates that are really narrow, this is going to be a little bit better for you, a little bit more comfortable. So the one thing that I didn't think I'd like about these was actually this like Warrior tag on front. I was like, I might like it without it on, but now that I have them on my feet, I actually really like it. I think it's a cool design choice, and I think it doesn't look as big in person as it did on her or on the website. So I think it actually ends up kind of blending in a little bit better than I thought. The other thing that did please me about this is that it's not glued on in any way. It's just kind of a thing that you would just slip it right over your strap here. So if you don't like it, you can take it off. So I'm actually really excited about that because I can slip it on and off and kind of make it a 2-in-1 kind of shoe deal. And then one other thing that I really liked about these is the seam that gives me so many problems under the ball of my foot and my toes is actually a little bit further back this way. And that makes it a little bit more comfortable because the ball of my foot isn't sitting right on top of that seam and rubbing. So a lot of times I get a ton of blisters from that kind of rubbing. So I'm happy about that because I'm thinking that for longer term wear, I'm not going to get as high of a chance of getting blisters. So that's great. As far as the sizing goes on these, I wear a 39. It's my standard true to size, and every Ruthie Davis shoe that I own is a 39, I think, so that's great because props to her for actually making a collection that all is about the same size-wise. One thing I hate about Louboutin is that you never know what size you need, and you have to do a lot of research and ask questions to people that may be more in the know, or just try them on. So really like that you can just stick with your normal size, or at least I can just stick with my normal size in these. And I think she may only make whole sizes. I would have to check, but definitely the 39 was right for me. And like I said, in every Ruthie Davis heel I own, it's the same. So yeah, really like these. The leather is nice. Her leather is usually a little bit on the softer end of things, which I think really makes it feel buttery and comfortable right from the get-go. I will have to update later once I've worn them and really broken them in, because sometimes with leather like this, it can kind of stretch a little bit too much. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes, but for right now, it's a perfect fit, and I really, really like these shoes. And I love that she's done this whole Disney collab. I think that's super fun. She actually got to even go to the Mulan premiere. I think that there were several people there wearing her shoes, and she did a whole collection. It's not just one pair. I think that's really cool. I was really happy that she was able to do that and get some more exposure as a designer, because she's a really great designer and a great person as well. So other than that, just want to say thank you to everybody on Patreon. We've had a lot of new joiners over the past week or so, which makes me super happy. You know, please keep joining if you're watching these videos, or if you want some extra content, because it really helps support what we do, helps support for obviously shoes and clothes for me, and also for a lot of equipment, cameras, camera stuff, editing software, all that. So it is not cheap to produce the content for you guys. So any of the help that you can give to us is very, very needed, and we thank you so much for that. So if you haven't thought about subscribing to Patreon, I obviously will give you a link in here, and then subscribe here on YouTube. Definitely trying to grow the channel this year. And then I'm at Engineering in Heels on Instagram, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.